My timeline,
She watch
on my Instagram, all on my Twitter page.
Retweet, duck face on me.
She on her timeline,
She lurk,
on her Instagram,
taking pics.
all on her Twitter
Them pretty
page.
lips, duck face on me.
She on my timeline,
She
my
watch,
timeline, my Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter page.
duck face on me.
Her timeline, her Instagram, her Twitter page,
Duck face on me.
My timeline, my Instagram, my Twitter page,
Duck face on me.
her timeline.
What's going on with everybody out there, man? We are back with another show on the Man versus Woman show, man. And it's your boy, Suave.
And it's your girl, Lena Love.
And we are here, man. We in this thing, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show and the previous shows. Thank you all for supporting us all the way. Without y'all supporting us, man, wouldn't be no us, man. We love this thing, man. We love it.
Yeah.
Shout out to your boy, Joe, Ray. And we even got Lena Love in here. Lena, you everywhere, girl. we got some new guests today. We're doing good with inviting guests on to the show, man. We are doing well at this, man. And I'm so appreciative to everyone that comes on the show and helps support us on this thing, man. So let's bring them on. We have actually two guests, man. Two guests. Dos open this thing, man. Let's bring them back to the back in this thing, man, on the stage. We got Mr. and Mrs. Rudiggz is what I call them, you know. How y'all doing today, man? Got the matching outfit. Twinsies.
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Dude, y'all kind of got your hair the same.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
it's the same length too.
Yeah, I got the curls.
Got the
So
curls going and stuff.
it takes away from the length.
Man, dude.
Listen, I always tell people shrinkage is real. Because you know what? My hair looks like I barely got any, but it's really down to like here.
I know. My hair is like almost here, almost her length, but yeah, it goes right up when it dries up. But I got a whole routine. I'm sure you know the curl game.
So I know that I think Lena is like fixing the camera, but
No, someone started calling me and I quickly hit the, decline button.
Okay. Lena's just, man, popular up in this thing, man.
I know.
He's got everybody calling us, all right? So look, check this out. I want to ask you something, Rudiggz. I know you from Canada, right? So in Canada, man, this may be a smart dumb question, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Do you guys have like different brands of maple syrup, or it's on like one brand of maple syrup?
We do have maple syrup. We have a variety of brands. Each farm can have their own brand, but we do have a syrup federation. And so in Quebec, it's actually licensed on the practices of making and selling syrup. And syrup is actually controlled in Canada on how much is released into the market. And we actually have a vault in Canada where we hold barrels of syrup and we control the price of syrup across the international market. So syrup is big business in Canada.
So another question. How can I get my hands on it if I'm in the States? Can I order it online? Can you mail me some? Like, how can we do this? How can we do this?
I'd be happy to mail you some Canadian syrup.
Dude, thank you. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, but you don't think that would get flagged? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. At custom.
No, it's maple syrup.
yeah, like,
man.
wouldn't
It'll
it
be
get
all
flagged? Some states don't allow certain things to go on. Okay,
Look here, man.
that might just be one thing that Canada might be like, oh heck no, you ain't getting none of this
We gonna
good
try it.
official like maple syrup. You know what I mean?
We're gonna try it. We're gonna go. I mean, I'm pretty sure when he get there at the post office, at his post office, and say, hey, I want to mail this maple syrup to a friend in the United States. Is this okay? They either gonna say yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? They either gonna say yay or nay. You know. But
listen, we don't need
moving
them
on.
getting tackled because they want to ship over some maple syrup to Texas. Okay.
Hey, I don't think it's gonna get that extreme.
I feel like they just throw it out. I feel like realistically, if there were issues, they'd throw it out versus like sending people to your house.
That's why you ask before, though. That's why you ask before you send it. You're like, hey, is it okay if I send this? You know what I'm saying? Like I got a brother named Suave in Texas, and I want to send him some maple syrup. You know,
We crossed the border because in America there's better Girl Scout cookie flavors. So in Canada they don't have Samoas. So we crossed the border with him to give it to his family, like a lot.
And they were shocked by those cookies. They were like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
dude. Hey, Rudiggz, we got to make it happen, bro. We got to, or at least tell me a link online or something. I order it myself or something. There's some way I can taste that good, luscious maple syrup, man. That's
Or you can just go to Canada and try it there.
Exactly.
That's too much money to spend just to try some.
We have other stuff.
Listen, I'm at least a 6-hour drive away from the border for Canada, by like Niagara Falls. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to take up no more time on this syrup thing. I just want to throw my shot out there to see if I was gonna pull something. Rudiggz will talk more about it behind stage. You know what I'm saying?
Getting you your syrup. I got it.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it. So first question, man. I know that you guys met not like I guess by chance, you know what I'm saying? Because Hannah, she's not even from Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And you came to Canada and you met this man. He a good brother, man, from what I noticed. He's a good brother. He always welcome me with open arms. So he's a good brother in my eyes.
Right.
Tell us that story, man. How did y'all meet? Where was y'all at? And I want to hear your end, Hannah, and then I want to hear Rudiggz end. So what's the story? Give us the tea.
Pretty like modern love story. He super liked me on Tinder back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
And we got had a first date and just continued to date, never broke up after, and moved sort of fast.
What did he say to you when he met you?
I don't even remember, honestly.
Do you remember Rudiggz?
Do you?
I remember what I was wearing. So I was actually wearing this pattern shirt. Yeah, with my silver mech sweater, MEC. You were wearing sort of like a moon and stars sort of shirt that went over your top. And we sat and we had coffee and tea and we just talked about each of our businesses, really.
Yeah.
Nice.
But actually we didn't date straight off of Tinder. So I was deep into Christmas season at that point after we matched. And we had added each other's Instagrams, but I just went off Tinder and went straight into business because I was getting hard. And so on Hannah's world, I had quote unquote ghosted her. So I feel bad for that. But it came around in February. It was my birthday. So she wished me a happy birthday.
How long did y'all not talk?
Well,
until you talked again.
We matched on Tinder in maybe November,
and
December.
We never met physically.
Yeah, we never met. We never met at that point. We just knew each other digitally. We added each other's Instagrams. But after that, I was just gone off of all socials. I was getting hit with crazy orders. At that point, it was a different cycle in the business. And then, come around February, it was my birthday, and I had posted something. Mercedes wished me a happy birthday. And the reason why Mercedes wished me a happy birthday is because I bought a used smart car from them. Because I love the smart car. And it's the most ridiculous thing. I'm over 6 feet tall.
Especially in Toronto.
Me getting out of that smart car is
in
just
Toronto. They stopped selling them in Toronto too. They don't even have a smart car.
But I could weave in through traffic. I could get in any parking space. It was a dream.
Right.
So I had reposted that, Mercedes wishing me. And then Hannah had said, "Oh, happy birthday." We started messaging, connected from there. And then I told her to meet at one of these coffee spots I knew, carry on a year later. And I had surprised her with the engagement in that very spot. I had worked with her friends and my friends to rehearse a song. I covered the entire places with roses. I rented it out. I got the parents in to distract her for the day.
Hold on,
And
hold
then-
on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on.
What?
All this was for a woman that you never met in person?
No,
No.
okay.
No, he said a year later.
Oh,
is when
okay,
he
okay,
A year
proposed.
later, after
okay.
dating. So we just like
Man, I
met,
don't know how I
like,
missed that
things were
part.
going really well.
Yeah.
She asked me to come to America with her like 2 months into the relationship, and we spent like 3 weeks together in Connecticut. So
What did you think about that?
yeah, I mean, at first I was very worried about going to Connecticut because as a Canadian, we're just generally scared
Yeah,
of you guys.
yeah.
Wow, really?
A
Wow.
lot of Canadians find America scary. I learned.
Wow, I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, I
one,
would say if you're like you're afraid of people up north, like New York, Jersey, and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But Mississippi and Texas, no, I don't think you have anything to be worried
Well,
about.
Connecticut's like a safe state. I don't know. It's like a boring suburb state. Like nothing that crazy happened in Connecticut, I feel.
Yeah, but America's got two scary things. One, like 1/4 of you guys own weapons. Like
Everybody got
that's
guns.
insane. 1 in 4 Americans is strapped. So that to me is a scary thought.
I love how you use the word strap too. Like strap.
But people are not walking around with guns all the time, though, man. It's not like the Wild Wild West over here.
You watch the news, man. It doesn't seem like I'm not buying what you're saying, man.
No, dude. No, look,
we
don't
were in
listen
New
to the
York
news.
City, and
Don't
you're
listen
like,
to the news,
why are the
man.
cops walking around with like machine guns?
That
Like,
was
that's
crazy for me. I'm like a small fish in a big pond when I went to New York.
Dude, that is crazy. Like, I own a gun, but I don't even have it with me all the time. Like that thing is like my gun is in my closet, unloaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff I had to go through to even load that gun up and just wanted to
And I
fire at
feel
somebody.
like also it's like the culture in like Texas. I don't know. It's like depends on where you are, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
and where in America, like you're more likely to own a gun in Texas than Connecticut or New York.
See, I'm in Texas though. I'm in Texas, and I think more people carry knives in public places and things like that
What?
than guns.
You can even have like brass knuckles in Canada. Like those are.
Oh, really?
You can't have brass knuckles. You can't have pepper spray.
Peace and love.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that, man. So, I don't think brass knuckles are legal here in Texas.
No, or like pepper spray, because like one of my friends would like just like the dad be like, you could go out, but like carry your pepper spray. That's not a thing here.
Thanks.
Wow, really? Wow, you guys are something, boy.
Well, here we can have here in Jersey, you can have things like pepper spray. They advise you as a woman anyway to have pepper spray.
Yeah.
You can have a pocket knife on you. However, it can't be no bigger than your palm. Because if it's bigger than your palm, then it's considered illegal.
Yeah.
And I mean, guns are technically still illegal here, but people have them anyway. So that part I can't really rebuttal on. But with things like pocket knives, they do say like you can have it as long as it's no bigger than your palm. But it can't be no bigger than your palm going like this way, not like this way. This way don't count because you got your fingers.
That's
rather go
ridiculous.
this way.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So it's
Yeah, I don't know our knife rule here.
So, it's a whole different thing in Texas, and that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lena, what you want to ask them?
I know backstage we were talking, you were telling us how you have triplets in your family. So I would just want to know, how was that growing up for you? Because I'm sure they're younger than you. So I just want to know, like, how was it, being an older sibling growing up with triplets in the family? Like, because that had to have been crazy, but interesting at the same time.
Yeah, there's actually a show. It's called Birthdays, and it's on Canadian TLC, and we had cameras in our house for about 12 days, and it recorded our life with the triplets and the whole family. And there was a big, storyline about me getting to change a diaper, and I finally changed a diaper. But, all of that is just TV and a lot of fun on top of it. But growing up, I was 18 years older than the triplets. So that's quite the bit of a gap. It almost becomes like you're becoming a role model to these guys. You want to make sure that you're doing right by them, and it almost makes you sit up straight and do things better. You want to make sure that your life's kind of more together when they kind of take a better look at it and they're able to judge. So, if anything, it just helped me to higher standards. And Hannah, when she came into the family, she's just being a great role model as well, always talking and engaging with them, and she takes them to all types of things. She's the massive day planner, so we're always out and about, going to Toronto Island or exploring the distillery district or Christmas festivals or anything going around in the city. Hannah's on top of, and I think it's awesome to have a bunch of siblings because they're like a little fan club at the same time, and
they'll still sleep over like at our place a lot.
Yeah.
And they are in grade 10 now, so that makes them 15 years old.
Wow.
Watch our dog when we go away.
Yeah, so it's cool to have that. And I do have two younger siblings as well. So I have Avery and Miranda, who are in their 20s. So I'm actually the eldest of 6. So it's a big family.
Me too. I'm the oldest of 6. So.
Oh wow.
Same here.
One of 2.
Swap it.
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of 6. I'm the oldest of 6. I have 2 sisters and the rest boys.
I kid you not. I have 3 sisters, and then the last 2 are boys. So.
Hey, we're rolling deep, man. Rolling deep. So I know you guys are both entrepreneurs, man. And that is a wonderful thing, especially now in our culture that we live in. A lot of people respect and support more smaller businesses than ever before, ever. You know what I'm saying? So tell us about your business you have going, Hannah, and then I'm gonna get with you. It's kind of hard to say Rudiggz because both of y'all are Rudiggz. But Rudiggz number 1. Go ahead, Hannah.
So my company, Half Baked Bus, is based on a converted green and black bus. So I have subscription boxes all made with goods in North America, Canada, and America. So they're curated gift boxes. I also have a CBD collection, but the gift boxes actually look like my bus itself. So I do that. I also do events like wedding bud tending. So similar for like a bartender you'd have at a wedding. I want to do the same thing with bud tenders and make that a common practice with weddings and events.
Wow.
What made you come up with this idea, though?
So the subscription boxes, I had the idea of like a subscription box, but I want to make the design look sort of fun, like a bus. So that's why I came up with the idea of the bus. And the wedding bud tending was actually when we were getting married, and I wanted something like that, and saw a lack of that service. So that's what sort of made me get into that.
Nice. Now, Rudiggz, you have your hands in a bunch of stuff, man. You are a jack of all trades. Seriously, man. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're into, got going on, and you got a long road, man. I'm gonna have to let you explain it. Start from the beginning and then keep on going. I know that you went to school to be a architect, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So I was sitting around the table trying to figure out what direction to go in after high school. Actually, leaving high school, I managed to get top marks in math and biology, which allowed me to have a bit of money through bursaries and grants. So I ended up going into architecture, actually, because I had a love for Lego. And I thought that was like the way to go. Do what you enjoy doing as a kid, and it'll be more fun that way. Ended up studying, became head of the Architectural Student Society. Don't try to say the acronym. But yeah, ended up graduating from there, and I worked as a architect at an engineering firm, and we did transportation infrastructure. So I worked on designing GO train stations, which is the main transportation hub all across the GTA here in Toronto. And I did that for about 5 years before I realized it was utterly draining, and 9 to 5 was more like 9 to 9, and overtime was taxed at a much higher bracket. And at that time, cannabis was just becoming legal in Canada. So I ended up leaving and jumping on that bandwagon and working with my mom to create a cannabis tea company. So we were infusing tea, we were selling it on the market, we were using medical licenses, and we were able to grow exponentially over 2 to 3 years. So much so that we ended up on Canada's version of Dragon's Den. Canada's version of Shark Tank, which is called Dragon's Den. Yeah, we ended up, so you can see my mom. I'm also there, same with the triplets. And she ended up getting the handshake, season 13, episode 5. You can find it on Netflix.
Nice.
And from there, we ended up.
You say, hold on, we can find it on Netflix?
Netflix?
On the Netflix, yeah.
Hold on, say that episode again. Let me go and look that up.
Season 13, episode 5.
Okay.
It's called the Up and Smoke episode.
And what TV series is that?
That's called Dragon's Den. So
that's on Netflix? That's on Netflix?
Yeah, that's on Netflix.
I've never seen that.
It's the Canadian version of Shark Tank.
Okay.
Listen, I was gonna say,
although I'm in Canada, so the Netflix you have may be a little bit different.
I'm gonna try to look it up still, see if I can find it.
Yeah. But we got Kevin O'Leary on there, which I think is on your Shark Tank, the Herjavec.
Yeah, they started off on like Dragon's Den was the original Shark Tank.
Okay.
Wow. So it just goes to show that we stole something they had originally.
I think in Canada stole it from England. It was like British originally.
The English, UK, Mr. David Wilson, had Dragon's Den first. And we didn't even try to change the name. We just took
we just went on with it.
Canada.
Not to interrupt. So after you guys did that, what did you what was your next business venture? Because you had like 2 or 3 more things, right?
Yeah. So at that time, there was a big
a big interruption on the phone?
Yeah, the big interruption on the phone. So there was a situation where there was just this big gap in time and where I needed to do something because there was so much time in between creating the product, getting it licensed, getting it on shelves, making deal with retailers. By the way, in Canada, the product green tea and herbal tea will be available April 20th in markets all across Canada. So that's finally come to fruition.
Wow.
But shout out the website, man. Do you have a website?
No, so it'll just be carried. So it's very controlled here in Canada, and it'll be carried in the Canadian stores that are licensed
and online for delivery.
Yeah,
for Canadians.
Which is so it's just ocs.ca.
Okay.
But yeah, after that, I had so much time in between. So I decided to use my brain again. I was an architecture student. I can do it again, but something more, forgiving on time that allows me to live my life more. So I decided to study home inspection. And as of very recently, I've opened up a new home inspection business. I've got drones. I've got moisture meters. I graduated the course, top marks, and yeah, I'm ready to hit the ground running here in Toronto's real estate market. So it's a lot of fun. And on top of that, there's a forestry, right?
Yeah.
So I work in the family. They own plots of forestry, and we work to maintain good forestry standards and practices so that these forest trees can be sold for carbon offsets or the carbon offset that they're able to create. So that's an interesting path of learning and figuring out how all that works. I'm more going along for the ride on that business venture.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy, dude. And
and then maybe personal
everything.
trainer. So, I'll be looking into maybe doing that. The gym has asked me, they kind of insinuated maybe coming on, but who knows? After some certification and stuff here in Canada, I may want to do that for, some time in the week, keep myself fit and whatnot. So a lot of stuff.
Many passions.
Oh yeah,
jack of all trades.
Dude. So I know that you also a martial artist, Rudiggz. What made you get into that, man? What made you get into martial arts?
Well, I mean, every kid growing up wants to be that Jet Li action fighter guy who can just take a handshake and manipulate it into a wrist lock, which I can do.
Right.
But it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of training. And I wanted to get into fitness. I wanted to gain the knowledge, build the confidence. Something changes when, you start fighting people who are bigger than you and you're able to take them down. You gain this extra bit of confidence. You walk with your shoulders a little bit higher, your chest a little bit out. So a lot of stuff like that just made me feel better about myself. Growing up as like more of the skinnier, tall kid. So I really appreciated what that gave to me. However, I realized in my 20s, I was able to recover a lot better than in my 30s, where I'm more injury prone and harder to come back from those things. So that's why I made the transition to more weight training and going that route versus impact and combat.
That's why I was telling you, man, like that gun is staying in the closet for a reason. Because you come in this house, you ain't leaving happy. It won't be by the gun, though. I won't even use it.
God.
But I get it, man. That is like, I love martial arts. Martial art is like a great mental thing to go through. It definitely helps you out physically and mentally. It's a great exercise in itself. The meditation is great. I feel like all martial arts have some feel of meditation and relaxation. It's not all physical and hurting people, you know what I'm saying? Because it just, you have to have the full circle. It's yin and yang to it. You know what I'm saying? You got the physical part of it, and then you got to have your mind together as well. Right. I love the fact that one, you're able to do all of this, man, and still keep your sanity. Because you are like moving everywhere, man. You like over here, you over there. You know what I'm saying? That is great, man. I love that. Hannah, what you gonna do with this guy, man? Love him more, I hope.
Yeah. I love him in all of his passions.
That, man. Any more adventures you guys are gonna do, like maybe even together, business wise?
I have a question.
Go for it.
Me and Hannah are having a little debate here. When it comes,
oh no! So he bought me this because my birthday. He left this out is on November 13th. So this was like
happy belated birthday.
Okay, now you could like.
Okay, so I got her an advent calendar
as a birthday gift,
which is I don't know if you guys know what an advent calendar is, right?
I've been trying to get one, and December is already here, but I know what it is.
What is it?
It's a calendar which has a bunch of dates, 1 to 24, and behind each door, you open it up on the date, and there's a little bit of chocolate there.
Okay.
So day number 2 comes around, you open the 2 door, you take the chocolate out. Day number 3 comes around, you open the door, take the chocolate out.
And he gave me this for my birthday gift on November 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something to keep in
mind.
mind.
Come around December, she's like, I want chocolate. I don't care what day it is. And just starts opening the doors. So I'm like, what? That's not how the advent calendar works. That's like a cardinal rule. And she says it's her birthday gift, so she can do whatever she wants with it. I'm just saying.
So what's the question, Rudy? Because if you're asking me, do she have the right to do that, bro? I'm gonna go with Hannah. Because Look, man, birthday power.
Exactly.
Birthday power
Like
trumps
you can't give me
everything.
that as a Christmas gift, and then you could dictate those rules, but not as a
Dude,
birthday
birthday
gift.
power trumps everything. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
don't get me a gift for November 13th. Expect it to last till like over a month.
Exactly. So I have two questions in the chat, man.
Yeah.
The first, Cherry want to know the name of the business again. I think he's referring to the tea business.
Oh, so the episode is called Up in Smoke. It's called Dragon's Den. It's episode 13, and the company is Mary's Wellness.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then David would like, he has two questions. So the first question, he would like to know, what belt are you on? I think he's referring to your jujitsu. I think
Yeah.
that's the one you had the highest belt in, correct?
Yeah, so jiu-jitsu works with 5 belts, right? You got white, blue, purple, brown, black. So I was able to, and it's a long journey. They say it's about 30 years to get to your black belt in jiu-jitsu because it's so grueling. It took me about 7 years of training to get up to my blue belt from white belt. And that was an intense training process. So after my blue belt, I was actually wrist locked by a black belt, and it ended up causing a cyst in my wrist. I wasn't actually able to do a push-up.
Wow.
I was down and out, and then COVID hit, and then all of that just wiped away. Then I got back into like weight training and stuff like that, and decided not to go martial arts again. And Hannah would never hurt a fly. So she's too nice of
Like
a
I
soul
didn't
to
even
be
do the gym until like
in martial arts. But Hannah was she wanted to join me in my new adventure, and she came along. She comes along to the gym with me every time, and she works out alongside. So she is into the fitness. She's doing extremely well.
Got it, man. Rudiggz. So we getting.
I probably shouldn't last. David Wilson agrees with me.
Unless it's a
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she just pointed out that David Wilson agrees with her.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said it probably,
like a poll
probably shouldn't
about
last
it,
a month, bro.
and then like did not mention the birthday gift at all.
Because I wanted to, the advent calendar has a rules associated
it's
to it.
different if you give it like in December versus like as a November birthday gift. It's different
Bro,
situations.
I say enjoy yourself. Birthday wish trumps everything. Like the power of birthday trumps everything, man. Trumps every rule that you can come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That power, that person.
Okay, Anna, you win. You got the audience on your side, huh?
Hey, that's what it is, man. So, dude, shout out anything y'all want to shout out real quick. Where can we find you guys? Anything you want to shout out right now? We come to a close right now. We would love to have you guys back. Me and Lena thinking about doing a reunion episode later on when we get all the guests on. We're probably gonna do like 2 or 3 episodes of that because we got so many guests that came on. But we want y'all to come back. We're inviting y'all back on if y'all want to. Go ahead and do your shout outs, man.
Absolutely. We'd love to come back, and thank you for having us. And yeah, RUDIGGZ, as it says there, YouTube and Twitter. You can find me tonight. I'll be gaming with the Rudiggz at 10 p.m. So you can find me there hanging out with some more family. So yeah, check it out.
And Hannah, my company is Half Baked Bus. That's halfbakedbus.com. Half Baked Bus on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
Nice. Well, look, man, this has been another great episode of Man versus Woman. We love this thing, Lena. We got a great show right here, man. We got to keep it going, Lena.
I know, and I'm glad we're on things like Spotify and stuff like that too, for people to listen to us.
Oh yeah.
After, if they didn't catch the live show, they can always catch us on something.
You see how Lena threw that in there, right? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got we're on Spotify,
right?
iHeartRadio.
We on there.
We on there.
No excuses. Well, look, until next time, guys, free my grandma.
My timeline,
She watch.
on my Instagram,
Blowing kiss.
all on my Twitter page.
Retweet. Duck face on me.
She on her timeline,
She lurk.
on her Instagram,
Taking pics.
all on her Twitter
Them pretty
page.
lips. Duck face on me.
She on my timeline,
She
my
watch.
timeline, my Instagram,
Blowing
my
kiss.
Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter
Retweet.
page.
Duck face on me.
Her timeline, her
She
timeline, her Instagram, her
Taking
Instagram, her
pictures.
Twitter
Them
page, her
pretty
Twitter
lips.
page.
Duck face on me.
She on my timeline, my timeline, my Instagram, my Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter page.
Duck face on me.